Okay, hello everybody. This is Jeff Veale, the business guru, coming to you again with Stars on Spotlight. And it's coming towards the end of the month, guys. All the sessions have been totally booked out. You've missed your opportunity. But I've got some good news for you. Here's the good news. We've got our other podcast coming up called 15 Minutes of Fame. And you can come on that one if you reach out. All our details are across all our social media links. And you can come on and we'll make you famous all over the world on 14 different platforms with all your social media links. Just like I'm about to make our interesting guest I've got coming up. I'm about to make her famous as well, and she's from a little place called Bulgaria, and I've not had anyone from Bulgaria, so it's pretty exciting. Her name is 𝐒𝐭𝐚𝐫𝐬, a very unusual lady, and she'll tell you a story shortly. 𝐒𝐭𝐚𝐫𝐬 is the CEO of Inner Hippie Books. You might wonder what's Inner Hippie Books. Well, just wait and she'll tell you. Inner Hippie Books is a book publishing company, been doing this for 4 years, and she predominantly helps women, and predominantly older women, like 50 plus, who have pretty much lived a quarter of their lives and ready to start a new chapter. A publishing haven for women illuminating the path through sacred storytelling, solo author books, multi-author books, writing, coaching, writing courses, and writing retreats. All right. Key achievements. There's a few here. Let's have a look. Strong and Free, Volume 1 and 2, stories of women who are living their dream after breaking up with society's expectations. That's interesting, that one. 2 multi-author books, Bot International #1, bestsellers on Amazon currently, 7 weeks to publishing success. Harness the power of your, what's that word? Chakras? Is that the right word?
Chakras.
Chakras?
Chakras.
I know what they are, but I don't know how to pronounce it. to write your book. In this course, students discover the secrets to effortlessly writing in 7 weeks. That'd be awesome, guys. If you've got a book in you, this is a lady to talk to. By tapping into their chakra energy to release their creativity, right? Personal motto, as we're moving into the age of Aquarius, this is where the woo-woo is coming in, guys. The sacred feminine rising, and women are creating the life of their dreams by becoming storytellers once more. It used to all be about storytelling once, guys. We should get back to that, get back to our roots. Interesting fact, 𝐒𝐭𝐚𝐫𝐬 was also known as the Inner Hippie, is an international best-selling author, publisher, writing coach, passionate about helping women share their stories and create positive change. With a rich and varied background spanning in roles of energy healer, corporate translator, rock and roll bass player, Silke brings a holistic, creative approach to writing and publishing. It's my great pleasure in the afternoon in Bulgaria to welcome to the stage 𝐒𝐭𝐚𝐫𝐬. How are you, Silke?
Well, I'm very well. Thank you, Jeff. And thank you so much for having me here. It's a pleasure to be here.
No, we like having interesting people, and you're certainly one of those, which is great. Let's get the show underway. Tell us about your journey and what inspired you to pursue your current career path. Where did it all begin?
Oh, my current career path actually began right in childhood, because right at this moment, I am pursuing my childhood dream of homesteading, but the journey to that was long and windy.
Yeah.
And when I was a teenager, I originally wanted to go to sea, but that never worked out because women and seafaring wasn't really a thing in the 80s. No one would hire us.
Yeah.
So plan B came into action when I met my ex-husband. We started a rock and roll band, as you do, and
yeah.
we're gigging all around Europe for about 20 years.
How cool is that? What a passion. What a passion.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a passionate musician to this day, even though these days I play ukulele rather than bass.
Oh, that's fun.
Bass, yeah, bass absolutely sucks as an accompanying instrument when you're singing on your own.
Yeah, fair enough.
So from that, I went on to then taking a complete career change, a job in a big corporation, one of the big 4 tax audit firms in the world, financial translations from German into English, which was basically a job at the time. I needed to pay the bills, but that was it. Never a passion. But, life goes like that sometimes. You need to do what you need
a job,
to do.
just on broke is what they call it when you've got a job.
Exactly. So from there on, I realized that was not going to be me. And I was looking around for other things. Through some friends, I got into Reiki, got initiated into Reiki, became a Reiki master, and started getting really interested in all the energy healing, became an animal healer, a Reiki drummer, and a chakra dancing facilitator. So in the end, I started my own little company. I was going around in the UK to festivals, giving Reiki healings and chakra dancing workshops.
Lovely.
But then COVID came along, and my little 6-month-old business never survived that blow.
Yeah, that's right. That happened to many of us, didn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So then I turned yet again and went online and started working in the online space, which is something I had no idea about. I literally had to hire a business coach in the beginning because I had no clue what I was
That's a good way to do it. You get a mentor, you learn a lot quicker, don't you?
Exactly. And anyway, I was working with women online, finding my way, figuring out how you can actually translate something like Reiki, which is hands-on, into the online space. And in the end, I came across a business tutor who was teaching women how to set up their own publishing houses.
Oh, lovely.
And that sort of immediately clicked with me because I've been a bookworm all my life.
Yes.
Like, yep, this is it, book publishing. Cool.
So you found your passion.
Yeah. So I thought, right, I'm taking everything I've been experimenting with and all my knowledge from the energy healing and the knowledge I'd gained from working with a lot of women in my workshops, and I'm going to put it all together, and I'm creating a publishing house that helps women in particular to get a better life, really, to improve their business, to improve their personal life by writing and sharing their stories, because writing is a real cathartic process. When you're wanting to somehow figure out where you're going in life, you best start journaling, because you're going to figure it out after a while.
Yeah, it's going to come out of you. Yeah. All right. Tell me, what's been the most challenging aspect of your work, and how have you overcome that?
The most challenging aspect really is going online. That was tough, like pulling teeth for me, because I'm a very hands-on person.
Yes.
Most of my life, I've been working in the real world,
Yeah.
And
what we think's the real world. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. What we think. Yeah. Exactly. Now, about the world where you're working with your two hands instead of sitting in front of a computer screen.
That's right.
Let's put it that way. And my biggest challenge was to transpose what I was doing with my hands into putting this energy across on a computer screen, like what we are doing now.
Yes.
Because I was talking face to face with people. I've done plenty of interviews and TVs and as a musician, but it was always in the studio, and the reporter was, journalist was there. So that took a lot actually for me to overcome, to make this transition from the world that we perceive as real to the screen.
Yes.
The way I overcame that basically is just practice. I kept doing it.
Nothing's perfect. Yeah. This is not a TV production either. Nothing's perfect. Yeah. Tell us about an important moment in your career that pretty much changed your direction totally. What part was that? When did that happen? What was that about?
The part that changed everything, that got me to this trajectory, is quite a sad one, really. About 2 years ago, within the space of 6 weeks, I almost lost my life in an accident.
Wow, my goodness.
Just 6 weeks after I got the dreaded phone call, "Oh, you better come to Germany, your mum isn't very well."
Oh, goodness.
And within I think 10 days of me arriving there, she was gone. She had last stage lung cancer and had never been to see a doctor ever.
Wow. How old was she, by the way?
73.
Yeah, too young, isn't it? Too young.
Yeah, absolutely too young.
Yeah.
So anyway, and then 2 days after I said goodbye to Mum, my ex sends me a message on Facebook Messenger. "By the way, when you get back from Germany, I won't be there. Bye."
Yeah.
And it turned out that he'd been messing around for 2 years behind my back with a groupie on Facebook. So
Never mind. You've moved on and transitioned and come out the other end bigger and better.
But that was the turning point, because as you can imagine, when I came back to the UK to the empty marital home, it was tough, shall we say. It's the
that's
first
right. Well, you got no
life
partner and you got no mother to think about either. So you've lost two people you love. So
absolutely.
I get it.
And like in my case, actually, the only two people, because I have no other family. That was my family.
Yeah, but not only that, the big journey there is you've been betrayed, and that's always a killer. When you can't do that yourself, you just don't understand how others can do it either. It's just
exactly.
It's just one of those things. But it's a shock.
Yeah, absolutely. But anyway, during that whole grief process and getting counseling and working it all out, I made the decision to sell up my home in the UK and move to my holiday place in Bulgaria, which is the homestead that I live on now.
Awesome.
And that was a huge turning point, because now I actually know exactly what I want to do.
Remind me of that movie. I'm trying to think of the movie with Julia Rogers. Julia, what's her name? Julia Roberts. But it was Eat, Pray, Love or something. She goes. Do you remember that movie? She goes over to Europe. No, look for it. Eat, Pray, Love. She gets sort of catapulted into a situation, and she just gets up and goes over to Europe, and the rest is history. She starts drinking wine and meeting some of the local guys, and and she has a wonderful time. She discovers life, and you're there now having another journey, which is great. And
exactly.
And you're following your passion, you're following your gut, and you're following your passion, correct?
Absolutely. And since coming here, things are just falling into place. Like,
beautiful.
I relaunched Inner Hippie Books because that was on ice during that period, because I wasn't working at school.
Yeah.
And now it's relaunching even better. On the weekend, on 1st of March, I am actually launching my first writing membership, the Sisters of Yaga. And also later on this year, I have arranged
what's happening to us.
I am starting to create a business around moving to Bulgaria.
Yeah, lovely. That sounds awesome. We'll be able to see at your age, as we discussed earlier, you're able to help others because you've been on the journey. You've got your stars and stripes, right? You've been on the journey, and you're in a position now where you can guide people. The ones who want to listen. Tell me, how do you stay motivated and continue to innovate in your field?
I stay motivated simply by what you just said, knowing that I can make a difference, that I can help, especially women over 50 who are like myself. I'm over 50.
Yeah, they've been there. Yeah, that's right. They're lost. Some of them are lost, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was lost for a while, and I'm thinking to myself now, just imagine if I hadn't found my way back to myself, I would still be lost.
Yes.
And how much it would change somebody's life who's lost like that if they have somebody who can just guide them a little.
That's right. Even someone to listen to them and have a cup of coffee, that type of thing. It all helps, guys, because we've all got our battles and we've all got a story to tell. And there's so many men and women out there 50 plus, and I tell them, like me, I'm 77. I say, guys, you've got another half a life to live yet. You're only at the halfway mark. It's like base camp, isn't it?
Exactly.
You're not at the top of the mountain. You're at base camp.
No, the best is yet to come.
Absolutely. Now, tell us about a recent project or achievement you're particularly proud of, please.
A recent project that I'm proud of is arranging my first retreat here in Bulgaria, actually, because that took a lot of organizing. And it's not just any old yoga retreat. It's a retreat where I've managed to find a local hiking guide who's not just Bulgarian, speaks English and German, hikes and knows the history of Bulgaria, which is like a rare find. I've also managed to find a cook who is into Ayurvedic cooking and does all yoga meditations while he's cooking the food. I have found a place where we will be flying in some old business over some sacred sites, so people
Wow.
will be hiking to the places and then later on seeing them from the air in original chestnut plains. So I've managed to pull a lot of good stuff together.
How many expecting?
I'm expecting about 10 participants.
Right. And how often might you run those, you think?
If this first one turns out well, I will be running them fairly regularly because that's what I'm focusing on now to build up a retreat
Yeah,
business.
I guess you could start off probably. As a marketer, I'm thinking probably quarterly to start with, and see how you could give you 12 weeks to get the next one ready, because obviously there's a bit of work involved. So quarterly would be pretty good, and then you can bring it back to, if it gets better than that, you can bring it back a bit even closer.
Absolutely, that's sort of the plan.
Yeah,
now. So
lovely.
that's what I'm really excited about because
it would be. What a challenge.
It took a lot of organizing, but there was a lot of serendipity as well. Like the guy who's the hiking guide, I actually met him in a cave. We were
awesome.
Literally, my friend and I were climbing around in an old rock monastery because here in Bulgaria there are lots of rock monasteries where they literally chiseled the monastery into the rock.
Yeah.
So we were climbing around in there, seeing if it would be a nice place for a retreat, to take people. And this guy climbs into the cave, as you do, you meet each other in a cave and say hello.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, I'm a hiking guide."
Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah. Years ago, when I was much younger, I put together, because I just rang up a bus company and said, "How much do you want for a bus? 44-seater bus?" And they said X amount of dollars. Then I rang up the wineries and said, "Hey, I'm going to bring you 40 people. What are you going to do for me?" And they said, "Oh, we'll give you, free drinks, free food, and we'll put on a function room for you, rah, rah, rah." And because they sell bottles of wine to the people. And then I rang the couple of local hotels, like little country style hotels. I rang up two of them because I had 44 people to place. And what I did deliberately, was a funny thing. I had two hotels quite far apart. And what I did, on the way on the bus, you could work out who the good people were and who the not so good people were. So I put all the baddies together in one hotel and all the goodies in another hotel. So the goodies had a lot more fun because I was one of the goodies, right? And we went through till 4 and 5 in the morning. But I put those on a monthly basis, and they were bloody awesome. Met some fantastic people, and those old country pubs. You can imagine what they were like, A lot of fun. Quite totally illegal, by the way. I didn't care. You're supposed to be a tour guide and have a license and all that sort of stuff. Back in the day, I didn't care. I just did it my way. Tell us. We've talked about your recent achievements. What advice would you give someone who wants to follow in your footsteps? What would you tell a younger version of yourself?
That's a good question. I think the advice I would give is to never stop, no matter how.
I'd say follow your gut, follow your dreams.
Yeah, absolutely. My advice is never stop pursuing that dream, because even when things get really, really tough, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel, because nothing in this life lasts forever.
That's right. I tell people you need rain to see a rainbow, right?
Exactly.
And you've been down, and you know this feeling.
Keep going.
Yeah, you know this, but you've been down as low as you can get, right? And if you can talk to yourself and get yourself out of it, you say, "Hey, this is the bottom. There's only one way to go now, is back up," right?
Yep.
And it feels great day by day.
I kept telling myself, nothing ever lasts forever.
Beautiful.
Not the good, not the bad.
That's right. Yeah, it's a cycle. That's right. Yeah. Tell me, looking ahead, what are your goals and aspirations for the future? Obviously, the retreats. What else?
My goals and aspirations for the future is to grow my membership into quite a global affair. Yes, I want to.
Hello, Silke Harvey is coming back. So, guys, this is going to be a fun one, guys. I want you to know that nothing's ever perfect. So that just shows you about life. We're talking about perfection, and nothing's perfect. No, ups and downs. It's your end, Silke, not me. You're the one with the storm now, right? It's your end.
Probably.
Yeah, you froze during part of that, but I went on and told people nothing's perfect. So, and this proves it. So we're going to be famous for something like this, because the show goes on. Just like when the music stops, your power goes out. You keep on strumming the ukulele, right?
Absolutely. I've been there, I've done that. The power has gone out, the generator has blown, at the
All that,
open air.
that's right. Just keep singing along like nothing's happened, right?
Yeah.
I was so pissed off that we're just coming to the end. Why is this happening to me? So we talked about your aspirations. Tell us, how can listeners reach out and find out more about your wonderful journey? It's an awesome journey.
You can reach me several ways. You
Yep.
can get in touch with me on Facebook, which
Yep.
is simply 𝐒𝐭𝐫𝐬.
Yep.
You can find me on YouTube, which is also 𝐒𝐭𝐫𝐬.
Yep. How about that?
You can join the free membership that I have on Patreon, which is patreon.com/Sisters of Yaga. And you can also find me through Inner Hippie Books, which is innerhippie.net/books.
Okay. Now, a couple of those ones, they're not on your bio here, and I'm not a mind reader or a magician. So what I want you to do tomorrow is shoot them on an email, shoot them over to my team, and I'll add all those links to your bio for you.
Okay.
Because I'm a nice guy. That's why.
Thank you.
Anyway, guys, we're wrapping it up now, and Silke's been an awesome guest. And like I say, we've had that minor interruption, which just added to the fun, really. I was going to get up and have a beer. I'll probably do that after this. But Silke, you've been a wonderful guest. And guys, if you want to be on Stars on Spotlight, you've missed out. Bad luck. But you can be on 15 Minutes of Fame next week. We've got a brand new series starting, guys, every week. We take 10 guests every week, that's 40 guests for the month. And what happens, guys, think about it. $30,000 for a TV commercial, and they probably get up and, go to the loo or have a cup of coffee while your commercial's on, right? Then 10 radio spots, that'll set you back anything from $3,000 to $5,000. They probably play them at 2:00 in the morning when people are asleep, right? But you can come on Stars on Spotlight or 15 Minutes of Fame in your case next month, and we'll put you across 14 social media channels and make you totally famous. And all you've got to do, guys, is pay a little bit towards the cost of us producing it all and putting it all together. So not a big deal. So, guys, feel free to reach out. And any last words for us there, Silke?
It's been absolutely wonderful to be here. It's been a really nice laugh. And thank you for having me on the show. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, where's the star of the show? I want to know what happened. What'd you do to the star of the show? Did you put him in a cupboard or something? What happened to him?
Well, he's fast asleep on my lap here. Come on.
There he is. Look at that. There he is, the star of the show. God, he wouldn't leave earlier.
No,
he looks like a log.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Silke. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.